I had spent the whole morning planning it. Nothing extravagant, nothing over the top, just a thoughtful gesture. After all, we had been struggling recently, and I thought maybe I could bridge the distance between us. So I packed her favorite meal, the way she liked it, and drove to her office to surprise her with lunch. A simple, quiet reminder that I was still here, still fighting for us. When I walked into her office building, I felt a flicker of pride. She had always dreamed of climbing the ladder, of having her name on the glass door, and she'd done it. I thought I was there to celebrate her, to show her that despite the stress and late nights, I believed in her. But the door wasn't locked. That should have been my first warning. I knocked lightly, half expecting her to call out, but there was no response. I pushed it open, smiling, holding the bag of food in my hand like a peace offering. What I walked into will be etched into my mind forever. My wife wasn't at her desk. She was on the couch, entangled with another man. Their laughter died instantly when they saw me, but the smugness on his face didn't vanish. He straightened up, smirking, while she sat frozen, her blouse halfway unbuttoned. For a moment, I just stood there, my hand tightening around the lunch bag until it crumpled. "Really?" I asked, my voice quieter than I expected. "This is what you've been staying late for?" She didn't answer. Her silence was louder than any confession. But he answered for her. "Yeah, buddy," he said with a mocking grin. "She's moved on. Why don't you take your little lunch and get out?" The sting of betrayal hit harder than I could process. Still, I looked directly at her, waiting for her to deny it, to say something, anything. But she just laughed nervously, like it was some cruel joke I wasn't on. I stepped forward, my voice shaking but firm. "After everything we built together, after all the years, this is how you repay me?" That's when he lunged. I barely saw it coming. 1 second. I was standing there, heart broken open in my chest, and the next, his fist connected with my ribs. I stumbled back, shocked, the lunch bag falling to the floor, spilling its contents across the carpet. He didn't stop there. He kicked me while I was down, the force knocking the breath out of me. And she laughed. Her laugh cut through me sharper than his blows ever could. It wasn't nervous this time. It wasn't out of shame or panic. It was genuine amusement, like watching me crumble was a punchline to some long-running joke I'd never known about. I pulled myself up slowly, my hands shaking, my chest burning from both the physical pain and the realization of who she truly was. For years I'd thought she was my partner, my best friend, the woman I could trust above all others. But in that moment, lying on the ground with her standing over me, I realized I'd been living beside a stranger. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I didn't even raise my voice. I just stood there, bruised but not broken, and said quietly, "You'll regret this, both of you." Then I walked out, leaving the ruined lunch behind, leaving the office, leaving her. That night, as I sat alone, I replayed everything. Every late meeting, every text she turned away from, every time she told me I was overthinking. The puzzle pieces that never seemed to fit suddenly aligned, forming a picture I had refused to see. She hadn't been mine for a long time, but betrayal, as painful as it is, can be a gift in disguise, because it shows you the truth. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. I called my lawyer the next morning. Divorce papers were drawn up before the week was out. I closed our joint accounts, took back control of my finances, and secured my own place. It wasn't easy. Years of love don't just evaporate overnight. But I refused to let her laugh to be the last sound that defined me. Months later, she tried to call. The messages were long, tearful, filled with regret. She claimed he wasn't what she thought, that he had used her, that she wanted another chance. But I didn't respond, because the man who was kicked to the floor in her office wasn't the same man anymore. He was stronger, wiser, and unwilling to kneel for anyone who didn't deserve him. Sometimes the cruelest betrayals become the turning points we never expected. And sometimes walking away isn't weakness. It's the bravest act of self-respect you'll ever commit. So yes, she laughed when I fell. But I smiled when I stood back up, because I knew I was walking away from someone who had already lost far more than she could ever understand.